Hello everybody, my name is Christian Charlo. Today we're Wednesday, July 25th. Today I want to make a follow-up on the mining report that we published on July 19 to talk to you about the situation of the silver, also the situation of the mining sector. First of all, talking about the silver spot price is just staying totally flat. We don't have any movement, but there are some stocks that are performing better than the silver. Let's take a look at this together. First of all, this is a neutral situation I'm talking to you about on the silver spot price. It's staying within this side formation ever since July 19, so we don't have a movement. Those of you who would like to trade the SLV, it's not an entry point yet. The entry point will be only higher than 27.22 on the SLV on the New York Stock Exchange. But there are some stocks which are performing better than the resources. For example, First Majestic Silver. When we made the report on July 19, First Majestic Silver was already in a breakout. I told you, look, at this price here, at that breakout, it was really risky to get in because we had that downward trend. And that downward trend could just limit our gain potential. Well, we saw that ever since the breakout that started here, well, on the downward trend, First Majestic Silver stabilized for a while before continuing its movement. So I told you, look, you could open half of the positions there. Always put your stop loss at 14.39 and let the stock go if ever we have a bullish momentum on the resources sector. Well, today we have that bullish momentum, and those of you who acquired some positions on First Majestic Silver, it's a hold. Right now it is just, as long as it stays, if it's taking a 5, 6, 7, 8%, you can take some profit on that stock. Today it is taking 5.66%, but from the entry point there to here, it's not enough to be able to just take some profits. At approximately 1771, I will take a profit on my First Majestic Silver. SILVERCORP metal today is not starting yet a bullish cycle, but it's worth to watch. It is testing that downward trend, so an entry point only if it goes higher than that resistance at 532, because at 532 it will also reverse its downward trend. Elsewhere, Fortuna Silver is another stock worth to watch, just like SILVERCORP metals, so an entry point at 389 on the reversal of that downward trend. And today, if you want to get in on some stocks on July 25th on the silver stock, it's Silver Standard Resources, because what a performance. Totally reversal of that important downward trend that started at the beginning of the year. So first, Silver Standard Resources, that's a go. Profit taking opportunity at 13.79 because that's a resistance there. So what about the mining sector? Even if the mining sector continues its very shackle, stocks that I've shown you on the market report in July 19, most of them are either staying flat, have not been able to follow the downward momentum of the mining sector. First of all, let's talk about the best performing stock of the mining sector. One of the best performing stock, it is Hudbay Minerals on the TSX. Ever since July 19, the stock continues to rise. Well, not a big increase though, but still, you're not losing money if you entered here on Hudbay Minerals. It's too early to be able to take some profits. We're reaching a top, so if you still have some positions on Hudbay Minerals, you should expect, you should be patient. You should only take some profit whenever you see Hudbay Minerals going higher than that resistance at 874. For other stocks like Ivanhoe Mines, it is just testing its downward trend, testing its support. Critical, but no movement had happened ever since July 19. And London Mining, investors are reluctant to let the stock go lower than that support, and same thing also for First Quantum Minerals. So today, folks, with the situation, with the bullish momentum that we have seen on the gold sector, it's the main entry point today on the resources sector because of the statement made by one official of the ECB saying that the ESM, European Stability Mechanism, should be transformed into a bank, so that will allow the ESM to tap into the ECB funds to be able to loan to those countries. Germany is not in favor of it because if the ESM is able to lend to some countries, well then, in tapping funds from the ECB, well then this will not allow Germany to have the leverage to ask those countries for some political concessions or some budget concessions. So this is really, some investors are interpreting it as a good news because they see that it will be easier for countries to get access to loans, so more money into the systems. Fear of inflation, the gold sector is, the gold spot price is actually on the rise. What's good about it is that it is totally reversing its important triangle formation. I told you on our Facebook page, facebook.com/decision plus, we say that look at the technical situation of the gold spot price. If ever it reverses that downward trend, that's an entry point for the gold sector. Well, then we have some stocks that are actually on the rise. Kirkland Lake Gold, nice entry point, total reversal of that downward trend. And same thing also for Agnico Eagle, nice entry point at 39.60. It is breaking its resistance, profit taking opportunity at 43.56, about 10% potential for Agnico Eagle. So folks, this is the list. If you want to get in on some stocks in the gold sector, we have Kirkland Lake Gold and Agnico Eagle. So far, for the silver stocks, it's Silver Standard Resources that is a go opportunity, for a buying opportunity for swing traders. And there are some stocks that are worth to watch for potential breakout, including Fortuna Silver, SilverCorp Metals. So if the situation continues to be negative about Europe, if ever they allow the ESM to be transformed into a bank, we could have that sustained bullish momentum in the resources sector, and those stocks should perform pretty well. This is Christian Schaller from DecisionPlus.com. So see you next week for our next market report. To learn more about us, go to DecisionPlus.com on the section Free Trial to try MarketGuru.tv.